Yo, what's going on everybody? Suro here. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we got a couple of heated conversations going on over in Reddit, so we definitely gotta dive into that. A couple conversations I actually was not expecting, but it's always good to take a look at everyone's point of views when it comes to anything really, especially here on Dreamlight Valley. So let's just dive right into it. If you guys do enjoy my content, you already know what to do. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's get started. But most importantly, we have a Avulzel42 that said, "Give me Hades." Now, this is a character I think most of us would absolutely love to have in the game. It is definitely time for Dreamlight Valley to enter a new villain into the game, and I think they still are going to at some point within the end of the year, maybe. You know, we still have a lot of surprises in store for us. Hades is going to be so freaking funny and interesting to have in the game, but kind of like my video I posted yesterday about like speculating what's to come and if Maleficent's coming to the game anytime soon or not. I think Hades is kind of in the same boat. I don't think Hades is quite ready to enter the game yet. It's just not the right time, but I do believe someday for sure. And I am going to be so hyped. I'm thinking maybe next year, end of next year, we may get Maleficent or Hades, but not for a very long time for sure. And of course, we have 139 upvotes here, so I do think a lot of players would like that. If you guys love Hades in the game, let us know down below. Now, here's something I wasn't quite expecting, but let's go over it real quick. We have a user here that said, "Is anyone else annoyed at the upcoming Timon and Pumbaa update? Like, I get it, everyone likes The Lion King, but why have 5 characters from the same universe when there are so many other movies that we haven't seen in the game? Personally, I would love to see Princess Merida, Lady and the Tramp, and Kronk." So here's my opinion on this, and I guess it does make sense, you know, they're not wrong. It is kind of like, really, we're getting Lion King characters again? I mean, everybody loves the Lion King, but I definitely see we have so many universes, so many franchises to explore. It makes you think, like, why are we getting Lion King characters again? We have 3 already, and now we're about to get 2 more. So upon looking at the roadmap, a lot of members have thought that the second half of this year is a little lackluster. It's not quite as large as we thought it was going to be, because we already knew we were getting Tiana, so they pretty much just revealed that we're getting this update in October, and then Sally and who knows what else at the end of the year. But we're also getting a showcase stream. They said there's lots of big surprises still to come by the end of the year. So around December, we'll probably get a new expansion. Now, I do agree, but we have to remember that Timon and Pumbaa were already shown off in the beginning of the game. Like, whenever the game first came out, the first trailer, the trailer you actually see when you boot up the game, you see them crossing the bridge with your character. And I actually think this is the best time for them to bring them to the game, because they are kind of like a side character, and this update is supposed to be like a little side update. They're kind of putting the brakes on the content for a little while, because the game is not in a great state in terms of, you know, bugs, and we're not having the quality of life improvements that we should have. So they're kind of taking a minute to dial it back a little bit and focus on a quality of life update, which is what this one's supposed to be here in October. So they said it's going to be smaller than what we have had before. So I think since they already had these 2 characters kind of on the back burner, we already had them developed, made, and probably their quests finished and everything, they were like, you know what? We want to do this update where players have been asking. I think they've been taking our feedback, and they have listened that we want a lot of fixes and changes. And then they're like, you know what? We still want to help and give some new content to players. So now let's just, you know, enter Timon and Pumbaa into the valley through a realm that's already here in the game. So it can see a little frustrating, but I think in terms of the long-term game plan, it's going to work out perfectly to implement them now rather than later. Plus, who wouldn't want them to in the valley? So we are going to have Tiana here at the end of August. I'm assuming it's going to be the last week of August, which is awesome. So then we're just going to have September of just playing the new content, the Star Path, and then boom, it's already October. We're getting another update in October, like that fast. So it's going to be great, and they may give us another Star Path. They haven't really said, but I believe they probably will, unless that's what they meant by it's not going to be as large. But let's just say for now that it is going to have a star path, and then nothing quite in November except playing this new content, enjoying the new features, and then boom, December we're getting, you know, new characters and possibly a new expansion. So it doesn't look like a lot here, but they also haven't revealed everything. And also it's like every month, almost like every month, you know, we're getting new content. So I'm very, very excited for it, and we still have this for them to unveil. And then, hey, after we knock those two out, you know, we get Timon and Pumbaa out of the game. Now you know that we have pretty much caught the game up to everyone that was in that first trailer. We're just missing Cinderella and Wreck-It Ralph. So we just have those two, but then everyone else is going to be a complete surprise coming to the game. So that's going to be really exciting. So I think it's actually a great idea that they're kind of implementing them now, and then we have nothing but surprises to look forward to. Now, while looking at that roadmap, Lil and Nick actually asked a good question. What do we think this means? They said, I'm so curious on what this could mean. I love to decorate and can always use more space. So they did have this in their little dev blog. They said, we've also heard that your valleys are getting a little crowded, or we are working on new free features that will help to give you much more space and freedom to decorate. So what does that mean? I know there was a lot of, like, I don't like using the word complaints, but there's a lot of like complaints about the houses being too big, you know, the new premium shop houses, everything being large, the biomes are kind of too small, and some of them are like really narrow as well. So are they going to allow us to like just resize houses and objects in the game? Would they actually go that far? I mean, there's 798 members that actually upvoted this, so everyone is like thinking about what this could possibly mean. Let's read through a few of these. This is a really great idea, actually. So my guess is a rogue one-off plot of land that can be used as a staging ground for pictures to put whatever you want as a photo mode. Those on the Switch expected to be able to place more things and not have their Switch explode is going to be disappointing. So I think it would be cool if they did give us a plot of land to like set up our dream snaps and decorate. That would be really cool if they would allow that. Or maybe they'll do what they do in Palia, like we've talked about, which is another game that's pretty similar like this, and allow us to actually have multiple layouts in our valley. I know I've suggested this quite a bit over the past month, but I would love a little thing where we have, like, say, a layout of our valley, and then we can go up here, click a little button, and then boom, it makes this empty again, and we could have saved layouts. If they ever went that route with Dreamlight Valley, that would be a huge game changer. So that's something I think they could possibly mean by it, but ultimately I have no idea. I'm really excited to see what they do, and it sounds like they have something big in store that's really going to shake up how we do, you know, decorating and just decorating our whole valley. Like, look at this, you know, our houses, even these items that we just got in the premium shop, just having a few of them down here takes up so much space on my beach, and then after that you can't really do anything else with it. So we're definitely running into a space problem. I mean, I don't know where else to put all these big houses that we keep getting in the game. Oh man, this I mean, it's a great problem to have, I suppose, to have a lot of items, but at the same time we're just running out of space. So I don't know how they're gonna do it. All right, we have another event post here. So they said it's time to bring out a purchase pass star path option. Oh, okay. So now don't get me wrong, I haven't missed the many star paths for this game, but this year has been extremely rough for me and my partner who play this game. We went through a spell a few months ago where we couldn't find the time to get on the game, and in all honesty, my mental health was a wreck at the time. I'm sorry to hear that. We'd all definitely go through situations like that, and it can pull you away from games that you enjoy your hobbies and stuff, so I totally understand that. So we missed out on the park star path, and that all came from like March this month. So seeing all the star path items in People's Valley is great, but then I randomly start feeling disappointed in myself that me and my partner didn't manage to take part in them. I completely understand that, especially on my alt account. You know, I've missed out on some star paths on my secondary account, and it is a shame, especially when I go to do my dream snap and then boom, I have nothing over there that I want, and then I'm like, I'll never be able to get this again. So if they could ever implement a way to get previous star paths while also making it pretty fair, you know, like you have to work towards it, you know, to be able to get this. That way it's not disappointment to those that did stick around. I mean, they should definitely be rewarded with it. And I know Dreamlight Valley kind of goes off of like a lot of exclusivity stuff, like been there, done that, which is always cool and rewarding in games as well. It's like I put in the grind. I was here during that time. I was supporting the game. But on the other side of the coin, definitely, you know, there's times we all have to take a step away from the game. We can't just be on this game every single, you know, update for years and years and years. So I could definitely say, especially if you got a family, you got, you know, full-time job you're working, maybe you got some personal stuff going on, sometimes you do need a little mental break and time away from the game without being punished for it. So this is a discussion that I think the community has talked about a lot, and we kind of want them to have a way to implement something where you can get previous star paths. So something I have discussed is, you know, you have the star path here, and I thought if there was some way that you could, like, every season, if you did a star path, if you have like a full star path after you complete it, so like this one says, congratulations sir, you completed all the event duties. It'd be nice if after I finish that, I'm allowed to choose one previous star path to either unlock for moonstones, like the equivalent of what it used to be, but it's only time gated to one per season. You know, that way if you missed out, you're still gonna have to wait a long time. So they could do that where I could go to an old one and then I'd be like, oh shoot, I finished this, I only have like 9 days to do another star path, can I make it in time? So there's that risk, like you spend your moonstones and then you have to grind through the old star path as well. That's something. They could also do something where over here in your Dreamlight tab, like whenever you're doing these quests, you could get a new currency system that allows you to get, like, let's say some tokens, right? Once you get enough tokens, you could then go into the shop and purchase a new like star path, but it had to be like some really grindy things to get these tokens, and maybe even time gate them where you can only get a certain amount a day. That way there's still that rush, like, oh, I better get my star path done, and then if I don't, well, there's still a way, like a lengthy way, to at least get an old star path and start working towards it, and also maybe have you spend some moonstones. So I think that would be a great way for them to balance the game out in some way. That way it's, again, still fair for the players that already did it, and then don't make it entirely impossible to get it. So if you did miss out, you're really going to have to work and grind and potentially pay a little bit of moonstones to get it. So let me know your guys' thoughts and ideas down below. At least that would be a better option than what we have now, which is there's just nothing. Because if you wait for old star path items to come back to the game, you're spending 3,000 on some items, 2,000 on like one single item out of the star path. So if we had a way to purchase the whole star path, I think that would be great. And we're going to end the video on a good note. So Kooky Cauliflower here said, I need this in the Tiana update. Okay, could you imagine getting a cute gazebo like this with a little bridge? Now, unfortunately, if we did get this item in Dreamlight Valley, you most likely would not be able to go inside the gazebo, which makes me sad. I wish a lot of the items were more interactable within Dreamlight Valley. But having it in Dream Snaps would be beautiful, especially if you could double up and have like one back here, do your setup, your Dream Snap and everything. I think it would be great. Lots of upvotes on this one. They also said having the gazebo that we could actually partially go in the water, having it go in the water fully would be awesome as well. I'm excited to see all the new Tiana items and what she's going to bring. It looks like it's going to have lots of fashion actually. So I wonder if Daisy is going to be part of the Tiana questline as well. They did mention that Mother Gothel's going to have some run-ins with Tiana, and Tiana's going to have to deal with Mother Gothel. But I wonder if Daisy's going to run in with her, because, again, it does look like she's going to bring some fashion to the valley, especially with the new feather boas that are getting added to the game, which are going to be great in lots of Dream Snaps as well. But let me know. I know we discussed a lot of different things. Oh my gosh, look how cute Mulan is. I know we discussed a lot of things in this video, so let me know any of your comments or commentary down below. I hope you have a really wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one.